Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Everything Spice. My name is Tanya. So what I'm doing today, and this is pre-recorded a week ago, basically the same day that I did the apple pie, I am doing this show. I got this wonderful recipe from this Portuguese woman. Hi Natalie. And what it is egg custard. I wrote it down like this. It's egg custard. It's very famous. Well, it's not egg custard. Yeah, it's called egg custard. It's these egg custard cups. If you ever go to a Portuguese bakery, they all have them. I'm doing mini ones today, so I have a mini pan. Let me show you right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray this with cooking spray and each one, and then I'm going to put some puff pastry in. I'm gonna show you along the way, but you have to have everything at room temperature, okay? So what I have here is 4 eggs. Right here, scrambled, right? Already mixed in, zhuzhed in, as they say. One of the eggs out of the 4 is just the yolk. So it's 3 whole eggs with 1 yolk, okay? 1.5 cups of sugar. Yes, sweetness. I'm gonna put some vanilla in it. It doesn't call for that, but I am gonna put vanilla in. And then a whole container of heavy cream that I got from the local farm. All of these are at room temperatures. This has been sitting out like all day. And then I have my puff pastry. So break out your puff pastry, make sure your ingredients are all together, and join me on the other side. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put together, well, I'll show you this. We're gonna put it together now. So let's start the oven, top stove. I say oven, but it's top stove. Put it on like lowish or whatever. What we're gonna do is take our heavy cream, and don't worry, my son's just raging. As I've said before in many of my shows, he's not being killed, he's just yelling. Heavy cream, I mean, it's like the elixir of the gods. And then we're gonna put all of this, which is the sugar, all going in, and we're gonna cook this down on low. The eggs go in last, so it's gonna be one of those things, we're gonna do the novena, right? Because we don't want to scramble it. This is the problem with some of these recipes. Ay, it drives me crazy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is stir it with a nice wooden spoon. Make sure you stir it really well. Come to the pan, see? It's just basically, it's heavy cream and sugar, and that is it. We're gonna warm this up. We gotta cook down that sugar, and then, God help us, because I've never done this before. I've never done a egg custard before. I know. Let me just fix this camera a bit. But I'm gonna cook the cream with the sugar. And then when it's off the heat, we're gonna add the eggs and the vanilla extract. So join me on the other side for egg custard on Everything Spice. All right, I'm back. Now see right here? See how that's all melted and wonderful? Okay, now we're gonna put our eggs in and hope for the best. Let's pray the novena, yes. Pray the novena, pray the novena, pray the novena. All right, now let's put some, and I don't measure, but you could put like a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract in here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of vanilla. And of course it doesn't call for that, but I'm doing it because I like the vanilla flavor in any kind of custard. And then I'm an Everything Spice girl, so I'm just gonna put a little bit, don't tell anybody, this is our little secret. I'm just gonna put a pinch of cinnamon. Maybe a little bit more than a pinch. Shh, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to the vavos. We don't want them to know what we're doing. A little bit of cinnamon in here. Now that's not called for in the recipe, but I'm gonna add it anyways. Incorporate that really well with your wooden spoon, so nobody knows about it, it's just us. Okay, now, this is like the creamish, and then what we're gonna do is add, I hate when that does that, spills. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the eggs and whisk really fast. So let me get the whisk out versus the wooden spoon. Okay, get your whisk out. Get rid of the spoon. And then we're gonna add it. Once we get everything incorporated, cinnamon's in there so nobody knows, shh, our little secret. And then we're gonna put it back on the heat, okay? Ooh, I'm praying for a miracle here. Let's go. Gonna go in slowly. Slowly but surely. Mix, 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 mix. Don't let anything go. You gotta keep stirring it so the custard gets nice and warmed. There it goes, nice and thick. Keep stirring it. And see, it gets nice and thick. Perfecto. That's what you want. Put it on the heat for a few more minutes. That's it, basically. A few more seconds on the heat. And then it gets nice and thick, as it should be. Heat up together. No cooking of the eggs. There we go, perfecto, just like that. And then you'll go a little bit more on the heat. Make sure it's all incorporated. You want it nice and thick. It's got the vanilla, the sugar, the cinnamon, everything's in there. Keep stirring it so nothing gets scrambled, because you don't want scrambled eggs. You want this to be a nice, thick, easy recipe. And that's the custard. This is perfect. Then what we're gonna do once we get this nice and thick and incorporated is we're gonna pour it into this and cook it. And that's gonna be our egg custards. We gotta get our puff pastry ready to go in. And the puff pastry, keep this on low. The puff pastry was too, what do you call it? It was too soft, so I had to put it in the freezer for a little bit. You don't want it to be too soft. It's not good. All right, let me see if that's good. It's a nice thick custard. Keep taking it off and on the heat, just so you know. See, it's got a nice thickness to it. Nice thickness to it. It's nice custardy, the egg and stuff. Perfect, perfecto. 2 more seconds here. I'm gonna take it off the heat in a minute and be done. And then I'm gonna pour it into this muffin tin. Okay, I'm gonna spray it, pour it into the muffin tin, and then 350 degrees until the egg custards are set. So let me get the puff pastry set up. I'm gonna show you how that's done. And then we will assemble, put it in the oven, and then we will have our egg custards. So delicious. I'll see you on the other side. So I put it in the freezer, and that's what you can do if it doesn't work for you, like it wasn't working for me. So you put out your puff pastry, and this is what you do. You're gonna roll it up. This is what was told for me to do. Roll it up like that, and cut it into however you want to cut it into. Let's say 1, I'm gonna score it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then you cut them up into these little pieces, right? Just like that. Try to get them as even as possible. That's why I score them. Then what you do is you put your pieces out, you get your cup, your minis, and you put them in the minis, right? And look, that creates that little crust. And in that little crust, that's where you're gonna put your custard. So you just push it down, make room, just like that. Make room for, put them all in first, and then we'll play with them later. So you put them all in, and I got another set to do too. So I'm gonna do it before all of them get soft, and I gotta put it back in the freezer, which is inconvenient. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 in here. And then you just press them in so that you can make room for, and these it can be, you can actually cut these half too, a little bit more if there's too much in here, like that. And you know, if you think it's too much, and put, you know, to add more to the others, it's up to you. On the other side, when I pour these in and then put it into the oven. Okay everybody, here is the final reveal of my Portuguese egg tarts. Look at them. They are so perfecto. Look at the beautiful, it almost looks like a brulee, right? When you get that char on the top, that's exactly what they look like in the Portuguese restaurants. I mean, the Portuguese bakeries, I should say. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. And if you did, please like and subscribe and join me next time for Everything Spice. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Until we meet again, be safe.